And the Kia NBA Most Valuable Player goes to James Harden, the Houston Rockets.
Wow. All glory to God, man. All glory to God. Wow. Huge shout out to the NBA and all the legends that paved the way for me to be able to play this game like I do and like I love. Huge shout out to the Rockets, man. The whole city of H-Town, Tillman, Yanyoni, Tad, Daryl, Rafael, all the coaching staff, the training staff, Jason Bowles, Keith Jones, Swerve. I know I'm missing somebody. It's off the top, but this is everybody that helped, man, from the equipment guys to the ball boys. Everybody that helps to get me to where I want to go. Shout out to my family, my sister, my brother, me, my nephews, and moms. I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm not doing all that. But she's my backbone. Good times, bad times. Yeah, man. We only get one life, and I'm happy she's my mom. Like, I wouldn't have it no other way, for real. Yeah. Sixth Man of the Year to the MVP. Shout out to all the youngest, man. I got a dream. It's a vision out there. Go take it. Go chase that dream. Right. I'll see y'all next year. Swag. I've been in my bag all year.
Oh, he stared at Wesley Johnson, and then he hit the three. Wow, he put him on the deck. That was the most disrespectful thing I can remember seeing on a basketball court.
I can make him dance a little bit.
His brother is on another level. Now that is what an MVP does.
I felt like I was going to be a star one day. Didn't know when, but I knew one day it would happen.
The MVP of 2018 has been decided.
What you're about to witness is a man with nothing to lose. Chip on his shoulder, but he's lost with nothing to prove. Nothing to gain, he's not stuck in the lane with just the buckets and chains. They say he's insane.
Every year it's been someone else. Anyone but him. The best player in the NBA not to be recognized as the best player in the NBA. Until now. Say hello to James Harden. Best player on the planet, James Harden. 2018 MVP, James Harden. Only once since they started handing out MVP trophies has a player on a team with the best record that led the league in scoring not gotten the MVP. The baller who calls himself El Chapo made sure that didn't happen again. By winning the MVP this season, Harden became only the second player to do that in the last 18 seasons, and only the third guard ever. A feat MJ completed 3 times and Steph conquered in 2016.
This is the first time here in Houston they've had a 60-win team.
A new single-game scoring record for the Houston Rockets. What a night for the Beard.
James Harden, he's my MVP at this stage.
And as far as being a Rocket, you can win an argument that he's had the greatest overall regular season of any Rocket in Rocket history, including Dream and Moses. Based on PER and usage percentage alone, Harden's 29.8 PER and 35.9 usage percentage are drastically higher than the 26.8 PER and 29.9 usage percentage Moses put up when he won his second MVP. And it's better than the 23.7 PER and the 23.4 usage percentage Moses had when he won his first MVP in a Rocket uniform. And Harden's is way more impressive than the 25.3 PER and the 29.8 UP Dream posted when he won the MVP in 1994.
James Harden, the way he's playing right now, is at an all-time high.
He's mixing up an MVP type of year.
Harden has had a hand in nearly half of the Rockets' points this year.
Add to that, this season Harden has had the 4th highest assists per game numbers in Rocket history, and only the 2nd player in Rocket history to average 30 points per game. Now, back on the league-wide math. One Trey currently leads the L in free throws made and made 3-pointers, something that has never been done by anyone in NBA history. Look, there were arguments. There were disagreements about who should be the MVP. Not anymore. Because in the case for James Harden, all he did were the 2 most important things any best player does when their greatness isn't properly rewarded. Silence the critics and make the rest of the world recognize true MVPs when they are opponents.
James, congratulations. You mentioned it's been a while. There's been some times you were very close. Does it feel worth the wait? And does it feel any different that it was a bit of a wait to now that you got it?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, the last 4 years have been like, knocking on the door. Now the moment is finally here. It's just every single year you try to come back and be better than you were the year before. And just to be holding that trophy finally, it means a lot. But, I mean, it doesn't stop here. We got a long way to go. So it feels good to have it, though.
Robert, back center.
Robert Littell, BSO, right here, James. Congratulations. Right here. Can you just talk a little bit about your progression in your career? You talked about it a little bit on stage from 6-man to MVP, but it wasn't just that. 6-man, traded to the Rockets, people questioning, could you carry a franchise on your own, coming up short in the MVP, coming up a little bit short in the playoffs this year, and then winning MVP. Just your overall progression as a player to this point right now.
Like I just said, every single year I try to get better. You figure different things out that didn't work the year before and things that did work the year before, and add more to your game every single summer. So from getting traded to having my own franchise, and then you got to figure out how to be a leader, as a whole. And so it took time, year by year. And then just these last 2 years is probably the most comfortable that I've been playing the game of basketball. And I'm sure, like you can tell on the court, So, like you said, we came up short a little bit this year. And this summer we train and get ready for next year, and try to win it.
Third row in the center.
Right here, James. Cameron Buford, LA News Observer. James, will you talk to us about your game and how you personally worked on your individual game to get to where you are right now, from the kid at Artesia High School, Arizona State, to where you are right now? What's been the driving force to get you here in your talk a little bit about your development?
Well, my work ethic has always been there, but like a lot of players are in the gym just working on a lot of nothing, and as the time goes on and I get, I'm put in certain situations throughout the course of the season. That summer I go in the gym and I work on, what needs to be worked on. I don't go in there just to waste time. And so that's kind of been my mindset in the summer while I'm training, and then carrying on, over to the season. And then that season, I figure out, what I was great at, figure out things I could be better at, and then try to work on it that summer. So it's just a progression, and it's every single year. It doesn't stop, because, as we all know, talent gets younger and they get better, so you got to be able to make sure that you prepare.
Over here on this side.
James, Adam Caparella Complex. I think a lot of us in here expected you to be up there with the MVP award, that this was kind of preordained, it was going to happen. So you didn't prepare a speech. You said up there that you were going off the cuff. Why didn't you prepare something? Why didn't you have something written out that you wanted to say?
Honestly, because I didn't know. I felt like last year I should have won as well. So I didn't see a difference between last year and this year. And if I won it, then I was gonna go off the top and try to show my appreciation. Everybody helped me along the way, and gave respects and pay my dues. And obviously, I knew the importance of, and the opportunity that the Rockets have given me for these last, 6 or 7 years. Obviously, family was extremely important. And like I said, just everybody that's helped me, and then, we'll figure it out.
Table in the center.
Lauren Jones, LA Sentinel. James, I've had the pleasure of seeing you develop and grow at the Drew League every summer. You mentioned how summers have been a big part of, your development. What was it about, particularly last summer, that kind of inspired this season for you?
Nothing. I mean, obviously, losing and not, holding up that championship at the end of the year. But I mean, I'm a workaholic. I work every single day, and not just physically, but mentally as well. So nothing was different. I was in the gym, same routines, locked in, and not worried about the year before. But nothing was different, And like you said, I play in the Drew League just to humble me, just to, always remember where I come from, and the same thing, I'll play this summer as well.
Over here on the right side.
James, congratulations on your award. I definitely can see that the lack of preparation now has not been the case all season long during the regular season for you, regardless of who you had around you, whether it was CP3 or anybody else. So congratulations to that. Looking at the next championship run for next year, what pieces do you believe you're going to need to be around you to help get you to the next level?
We were a half away from the finals. So I don't think there's a piece that we need to bring in or to take away. We're great with what we have, from top to bottom, from front office to coaching staff to players, personnel. So our main focus is just getting better, getting healthier, and doing what we do. You got to realize, this is Chris and PJ and Luke and all our new guys their first year, and so, look what we got to. Imagine a little bit more time together. It can get pretty scary.
Next question in the back, fourth row.
Yeah, Chris Paul from the Houston Rockets right now. How many bottles of 42 is Mr. Tad Brown gonna have to buy at the next location?
A couple cases, you heard?
Right. Okay, just making sure.
Front table in the center.
How you doing, James? My name is Kahari from LA Centennial. I had the pleasure of watching you since you was a rookie and I was a youngin. What advice do you have for young guys coming up that's just not entering the draft?
That is just getting started. They haven't made it yet. A lot of people relax when their name get called, but there's a lot of guys who name that didn't get called, and that are hungry. So this is the journey just began. Now you got to actually, maintain it and put a print on your legacy. That's kind of where my mindset was when I got drafted. I was humbled very quick. Third overall pick, I was coming in, thought I was going to be a starter. I had to take the back seat and play the bench. And so that humbled me from the beginning. And then I just continue to work, continue to figure it out. And these guys over here gave me an opportunity of a lifetime.
Fifth row back in the center.
Hey, James. Cameron Buford again. One more question for you. Will you talk to me about the people who helped you get to where you are now, whether it's your coaches, whether it's your buddies rebounding the ball, whether it's somebody running laps with you? Talk about some of the guys who have helped you be the player, the most valuable player in National Basketball Association.
Well, I've been blessed and fortunate to have some really, really, really good coaches from high school, Scott Perra, to college, Coach Perry as well. Then NBA, Rex Kalamian was in Oklahoma City with me, and then my coaching staff now. And then I'm truly blessed to have some really, really great friends, and good times, bad games, whatever. They're there for me, rebounding, running. Their off season is, my off season is their off season as well. So whatever training regimen I have, whatever workouts I do, it's right there. They're right there with me, and that's what drives me. That's what makes me, who I am, and continue to be the best player and best person that I know how to be.
Anyone with a final question? Okay. Thank you, James. Congratulations.
He's not even a basketball player right now. He's a cheat code for NBA Live.
Goes behind the back, between the legs, drives left, slam!
Interesting thing about Harden, he's so dynamic. He can shoot the three.
Shoots a triple. It's good for Harden.
He can get to the hole.
Throws it off the window and in.
And he can pass.
Gordon for the win. It is up, and it is good.
Man, that step back three, so deadly.
Harden again.
Another three, and another make.
James Harden with an unbelievable shot. Harden steps back, fires.
A new single-game scoring record for the Houston Rockets. What a night for the Beard.
He put him on the deck. Oh, he stared at Wesley Johnson, and then he hit the three.
He's on an MVP run in my book right now.
He had a killer instinct that he was going at whoever was in front of him.
I think James Harden, who, as far as I'm concerned, is the league MVP right now.
He is a special basketball player.
But I think what James has done from game one all the way through game 82 deserves to be rewarded. I mean, this guy's worked his butt off.
James Harden has been that terrific.
You know, he earned it. You know, the things he's been doing, all year is incredible. I think he's locked for it. You know, he deserves it.
James Harden is head and shoulders above anybody for league MVP honors this year, including LeBron.
I just don't know what there's left for him to do.
What a night for the Beard.
Congratulations in advance to Harden.
The best is yet to come for James Harden.